Riders, Cruz here. Thank you so much for joining me. In this video, we are going to look at how ChatGPT responds to a persuasive prompt. If this is exciting and sounds interesting to you, please stay tuned. If not, happy YouTube video hunting. If you know someone who may find this fascinating, please go ahead and share this channel to that particular individual. All right, let's go ahead and get started, right, writers? So here is what I typed in the chat GPT in the prompt so that you can again see what I typed to prompt the chat GPT and what chat GPT created for me. I asked it the following. Please create a persuasive essay on the following topic. Driving tests should be mandatory every year after you are 65 years old. And here is what ChatGPT created. Title: Ensuring Road Safety, the Case for Mandatory Driving Tests After 65. Let's take a look at ChatGPT's introduction. As society continues to age, ensuring road safety has become an increasingly vital concern. One widely debated proposal is the idea of making driving tests mandatory every year for individuals aged 65 and above. While some may argue that this measure infringes on personal liberties, it is imperative to prioritize the well being and safety of both older drivers and other road users. By regularly assessing the driving abilities of older individuals, mandatory tests can help prevent accidents, promote updated knowledge of road regulations, and ultimately enhance overall road safety. Okay, pausing for a moment, right, writers, let's take a look at our thesis. So here we have the thesis representing that the essay will focus on number one, a body paragraph will definitely address how mandatory tests can help prevent accidents. A body paragraph will also address how it will promote these mandatory driving tests will promote updated knowledge of road regulations, and we will also see a body paragraph focusing on how it will enhance overall road safety. Interestingly, the paragraph also looked at the counter argument right here, where it states that while some may argue that this measure infringes on personal liberties, then they come back on that counter argument by stating that it is imperative to prioritize the well being and safety of both older drivers and other road users. So that is something that is fascinating and interesting about the introduction. Definitely had beautiful flow, and we have our thesis represented. And let's go ahead and look at this first body paragraph. With age, certain physical and cognitive abilities naturally decline. Vision deteriorates, reaction times slow down, hearing weakens, and decision making processes may become less sharp. These changes can have a significant impact on driving skills. Research shows that older drivers are more likely to be involved in accidents due to these age related changes. Brackets cite source. By requiring annual driving tests, we can identify any decline in abilities promptly. Such assessments would not only protect older drivers themselves, but also safeguard the lives of other road users. Okay, what I really love about this body paragraph is the word choice. We have strong word choice when we see words like, this idea of physical and cognitive abilities. We see decision making processes may become less sharp. I really like the word choice. We also have this idea of safeguarding the lives of other road users. Interestingly, ChatGPT also gave us an opportunity to cite a source. So they reference research showing that older drivers are more likely to be involved in accidents. And so it's ChatGPT is providing us the opportunity to insert a source to prove this particular research. So I find that to be, again, quite interesting. And so I continue. in the next paragraph. Next body paragraph, here we go. Over time, traffic laws have evolved and new technologies have emerged, adding complexity to the driving experience. Older drivers, having learned to drive under different circumstances, may find it challenging to adjust to changing road configurations, signs, and signals. Technological advancements, such as GPS navigation or integrated car systems, might pose further difficulties. Regular driving tests would ensure that older drivers stay updated regarding traffic regulations and technologies. Consequently, they would be better equipped to navigate the roads safely, minimizing accidents and avoiding potential confusion caused by out of date knowledge. So, definitely love this paragraph. Again, notice the word choice, right, writers? If I had to focus on one particular item within this paragraph, it would actually be the sentence fluency, and that is the use of commas. And so we can see this idea of older drivers, and then we've got a little bit of conversational language here, older drivers, and then we've got this caveat or this little slight tangent here where we have older drivers having learned to drive under different circumstances. So if we removed that, the sentence would just say, older drivers may find it challenging to adjust to changing road configurations, signs, and signals. But they include this tangent, which adds to just a more conversational way of speaking or of writing. Older drivers having learned to drive under circumstances. Then they do it again, this time for different reasons by adding in an example here. And so we've got the double comma usage here where technological advancements might pose further difficulties, but by using these commas and this insertion here, we're adding an example, such as GPS navigation or integrated car systems. So I really appreciated that the use of commas to, again, separate examples or to separate tangents within the writing. Then we have, of course, a conjunctive adverb here, consequently, followed by a comma. So that's something I would focus on, I guess, if I was looking at this paragraph. This is what I noticed about this particular body paragraph created by ChatGPT. Let's move on to the next paragraph. No doubt we're looking at the counter argument. Critics argue that mandating driving tests for older individuals infringes on personal independence and amounts to age based discrimination. However, road safety concerns encompass the well being of all individuals, including the elderly themselves. Mandatory driving tests are not meant to be discriminatory. Instead, they serve as a proactive measure to mitigate the risk of accidents. By ensuring that older drivers are fit to operate vehicles, we enable them to maintain their independence while safeguarding their lives and the lives of others on the road. Love this paragraph for many reasons. Of course, the transition words are extremely helpful. We have the transition word, however, followed by a comma, being used here as a conjunctive adverb. I love the use of the conjunctive adverb inserted in the center of what would be considered a compound sentence. So we've got a semicolon followed by a conjunctive adverb followed by a comma. I appreciate how the writing also focuses, the word choice rather of this older individuals infringes on personal independence. Love the word choice here of infringes. We've got this word choice of encompass. We again have this word choice, not again, but this word choice of mitigate. And I believe they use this word in the introduction chat GPT did, this word of safeguarding. So we're seeing excellent word choice within this particular paragraph. All in all, solid paragraph. Really love the flow. and appreciated again the counter argument and how they basically come back, turn the counter argument on its head by arguing that again, by ensuring that older drivers are fit to operate vehicles, we enable them to maintain their independence while safeguarding their lives. So we're also looking at the safety of these older individuals, which I found to be quite clever. Now, moving on to a rather bulky conclusion. In conclusion, the proposal for mandatory driving tests every year after reaching the age of 65 is a necessary step toward enhancing road safety. Aging can bring about physical and cognitive changes that affect driving skills, thereby increasing the likelihood of accidents involving older drivers. By regularly evaluating their abilities, we can identify potential risks, enable self awareness, and address any decline promptly. Moreover, keeping older drivers updated with ever changing traffic laws and technologies through these tests fosters a safer driving environment for everyone. Balancing personal freedoms with societal welfare is crucial, and in the case of older drivers, ensuring their safety while upholding their independence is of paramount importance. By embracing mandatory driving tests, we can pave the way for a safer road culture for people of all ages. What's interesting, obviously, I love the transition words. Transition word highlight here, moreover. Transition word highlight thereby. Transition word highlight in conclusion. What I also appreciate is that they did bring up the counter argument within their conclusion. And that is this idea of yes, balancing personal freedoms with societal welfare is crucial. But yes, we want to uphold their independence. Of course, that's important. But we also want to ensure their safety. So I really appreciated that within their conclusion. They, of course, highlighted their thesis. Aging can bring about physical and cognitive changes. We can identify potential risks, enable self awareness, and address any decline promptly. We're also keeping older drivers updated with ever changing traffic laws and technologies, and ultimately fostering a safer driving environment for everyone. So this conclusion really addressed, many different aspects of the essay that was already referenced earlier. It summarized everything in a cohesive fashion. With respect to the word count, writers, ChatGPT's word count was at 475 words. So thank you so much, writers, for taking a sneak peek at ChatGPT's response to the topic of creating a persuasive essay on driving tests should be mandatory every year after you are 65 years old. I hope this video was helpful, useful, and quite informative as far as artificial intelligence and how artificial intelligence addresses these very prompts. Google has given me a sneak peek, and I'm going to go ahead and scroll down here to give you a sneak peek of AI features in Google Workspace Labs. And so I was asked if I was interested in this new generative AI feature, and I was. And I gave Google the exact same prompt that I did ChatGPT, and it too constructed an essay. And so stay tuned for that video where I looked at how Google Workspace Labs responded to the same prompt. Thank you so much again, writers. Have a great rest of your week. See you again next Thursday for AI, Tuesdays for the human made essay. Until we meet again, writers. Love you guys. Take care. Bye bye.